Whatever happened to Deep Down? Cast your minds back in time to February 2013, when Sony first revealed the PlayStation 4 during the 2-hour-long PlayStation meeting livestream. The presentation gave us a look at the new console's hardware, along with several upcoming games we could expect to play, such as The Witness, Knack, Killzone Shadowfall, and infamous Second Son. Capcom then took the stage to announce a game that most people have long since forgotten about, Deep Down. Deep Down, as it was presented in 2013, appeared to be a dungeon crawler that seemed to take a few cues from Dark Souls. The very impressive trailer appeared to suggest it was actual gameplay given the HUD that was present, but given that we're still yet to see a game as graphically impressive as Deep Down, I think it's safe to say it was more CG than Capcom was letting on. The trailer followed several adventurers exploring a dungeon before they eventually took on a dragon-like creature. The dragon appears to have the upper hand, and the trailer ends with a shot of an email being sent to a friend asking for help, implying an online element. I remember the trailer grabbing my attention when I first saw it, and a dungeon-crawling Dark Souls-esque game certainly appealed. This was one to look out for, I thought. Fast forward 5 years, and we've heard nary a peep from the game, so it begs the question, whatever happened to Deep Down? Upon the game's announcement, Capcom provided further information to go with the trailer. Deep Down would be a dungeon crawler that could be played either alone or with up to 3 other friends in online co-op. The gameplay was described as being similar to Capcom's Dragon's Dogma as well as Dark Souls. There would apparently be historical elements in the game, set against a backdrop of medieval fantasy. Players would fight through procedurally generated dungeons as they defeated monstrous enemies and collected better weapons and gear. Deep Down would also feature a futuristic element. The story would apparently begin in New York City in the year 2094, and would follow a group known as the Ravens, who have the means to recover historical memories by touching ancient objects associated with them, very Assassin's Creed. From what I understand, the player character would be one such Raven, who has travelled to the Czech Republic, formerly known as Bohemia, to uncover a mysterious civilization from the 15th century. Despite appearing at the PlayStation meeting, Deep Down wasn't present at E3 later that year. At that year's Tokyo Game Show, a Capcom producer announced that Deep Down would be a free-to-play game, and that it was expected to be released in 2014. It was also stated that a public beta would be released alongside the launch of the PS4 in Japan. Despite the game being playable to select individuals at a couple of game shows, neither of these things came to pass. The game's producer, Kazunori Sugiura, stated in an interview with 4Gamer in 2015 that the vision for the game had expanded since its reveal, thus the development timescale had increased. While making this video, I did my best to try and contact Capcom about the current state of Deep Down, but I received no reply. With no word on Deep Down since then, by 2018 it appeared the game had quietly been cancelled, but then a sign of life appeared. In June it was reported that Capcom had extended the Deep Down trademark, suggesting the company still had plans for the game. It is strange that a game that was far enough in its development cycle to be playable still hasn't seen the light of day, but there could be a reason for that. Companies such as Escapist and Polygon wrote hands-on articles about their time with the game, and the impression the players seemed to have were average at best. Both sites complimented the game on its impressive visuals, but noted that the combat was simplistic and the player movement clunky. Given this underwhelming impression, and the fact the game's scope had apparently expanded, it seems likely Capcom decided it would rather delay the game indefinitely than release it in the state it was in. It remains to be seen as to what Deep Down's ultimate fate will be. Though long development times aren't generally a great sign, games such as Final Fantasy XV, The Last Guardian and Team Fortress 2 have all proven that games can emerge from development hell and be a success. Will we ever see the game released? It's hard to say. It's certainly possible Deep Down may quietly be cancelled, but I for one hope we do eventually get to play it one way or another. The game certainly had intriguing ideas, and a dungeon crawler you can play with your friends is an appealing game indeed. Here's hoping Deep Down eventually sees the light of day. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, leave a comment and share it. That really helps the channel grow. If you're new, then feel free to subscribe. I put out at least 2 videos a week and cover everything from video games to films to books. See you next time.